And finally, new rule with the Super Bowl only a week away. Americans must realize what makes NFL football so great. Socialism. That's right. The NFL takes money from the rich teams and gives it to the poorer ones. Green Bay, Wisconsin has a population of 100,000, yet this sleepy little town on the banks of the Fuck-if-I-Know River has just as much of a chance of making it to the Super Bowl as the New York Jets. Me personally, I haven't watched the Super Bowl since 2004 when Janet Jackson's nipple popped out during halftime, and that split-second glimpse of an unrestrained black titty burned my eyes. And offended me as a Christian. It's no surprise that some 100 million Americans will watch the Super Bowl next week. That's 40 million more than go to church on Christmas. It's also 85 million more than watch the last game of the World Series. And in that is an economic lesson for America. Because football is built on an economic model of fairness and opportunity. And baseball is built on a model where the rich always win and the poor usually have no chance. The World Series is like the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You have to be a rich bitch just to play. Whereas the Super Bowl is like Tila Tequila. Anyone can get in. Or to put it another way, football is more like the democratic philosophy. Democrats don't want to eliminate capitalism or competition, but they would like it if some kids didn't have to go to a crummy school in a rotten neighborhood, while others get to go to a great school, and their dad gets them into Harvard. Because when that happens, achieving the American dream is easy for some and just a fantasy for others. That's why the NFL literally shares the wealth. TV is their biggest source of revenue, and they put it all in a big commie pot and split it 32 ways. Because they don't want anyone to fall too far behind. That's why the team that wins the Super Bowl in the next draft picks last, or what the Republicans would call punishing success. Baseball, on the other hand, is exactly like the Republicans. And I don't just mean it's incredibly boring. I mean their economic theory is every man for himself. The small market Pittsburgh Steelers go to the Super Bowl more than anybody. But the Pittsburgh Pirates? Levi Johnston has sperm that will not grow up and live long enough to see the Pirates in a World Series. Their payroll is 40 million. The Yankees is 206 million. The Pirates have about as much chance as getting to the playoffs as a poor black teenager from Newark has of becoming the CEO of Halliburton. That's why people stop going to Pirate games in May. Because if you're not in the game, you become indifferent to the fate of the game and maybe even get bitter. That's what's happening to the middle class in America. So you kind of have to laugh that the same angry white males who hate Obama because he's redistributing wealth just love football, a sport that succeeds because it does just that.